Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope I'm audible, right?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Yes, audible.
Okay, thank you for confirming. Let me share my screen. Okay, hope my screen is also visible. Can you confirm if my
Yes,
screen
sir.
is visible? Yes, okay. So let me recap what we discussed yesterday. I think there are few new people today. So I will walk you through few slides that we discussed yesterday. And I will discuss something new today also. So those who are attending the session for the first time today, we didn't discuss much yesterday. We just understood what all things we are going to discuss as part of this training. So nothing to worry, you didn't miss anything. Nothing to worry. Let me recap what we discussed yesterday.
అంటే
Okay, again, welcome to the demo on Angular-14. Yesterday I introduced myself. I'm Sanjay. Those who are joining for the first time today, for them, yes, I'm Sanjay. I have around 7 years of corporate experience and 5 years of teaching experience. This is all about me. Then this training is going to be continued for next 2 months. The course duration is 2 months. Class timing is 1 hour daily, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Working days Monday to Saturday. We will discuss JavaScript for 2 weeks. The most important topics from JavaScript will be discussed for 2 weeks. Advanced JavaScript, which will help you understand Angular better, which will help you crack interviews also. And we will spend dedicated 4 weeks for Angular. Complete 4 weeks we will spend with Angular. Then 1 week we will have for resume preparation, interview, project, unit testing, and all. From JavaScript, what all things we are going to discuss? From JavaScript, we are going to discuss these all topics: data types, variables, what is use strict, functions. Again, in functions, we are going to discuss what is a normal function, what is arrow function, how normal function is different from arrow function, where we should use normal function, where we should not use normal function, when to go with arrow function, how arrow function is better than normal function. All these things will be discussed. We will also discuss what is function currying, what is higher order function, what is callback function. All these things will be discussed. We will discuss math, string, array, object, oops, closure, prototype, call, bind, apply, date time, set timeout, set interval, callback, promise, async, await, rest parameter, destructuring, modules, generators. These are the topics from JavaScript that will be discussed as part of this training. And when it comes to Angular, from Angular, we are going to discuss these all topics. We will have Angular installation. We will understand how Angular is different from Angular JS. We will see what is Angular CLI, how to create component, what is module in Angular, data binding, view encapsulation, what all inbuilt directives we have in Angular, how can we create our custom directive, what are pipes, how to create custom pipes. We will understand how to communicate between components, lifecycle methods, services, dependency injection, HTTP client, interceptors, observables using RxJS, form handling, routing, lazy loading, how can we build Angular application and deploy unit testing. This is the content for Angular. Next. Yes, these are things we already discussed yesterday. What all things you are going to learn as part of this training. Yes, these are our training highlights. We will have hands-on exercise for every topic. There will be real-time examples on every topic. There will be assignments, mock interview, resume preparation, placement assistance. All these things will be there. Yesterday we discussed what web development stack looks like. Every web development, or when we develop a website, we will have different layers: front end, back end, database, and server. For front end, we use HTML, CSS, Angular. For back end, we use Node, Python, PHP, .NET. For database, we use SQL, MySQL, MongoDB. And for server, we use Apache Tomcat and other servers. Yes, as we discussed yesterday, what is web development? Web development is nothing but website development. When we develop a website, we will come across different things. There will be different teams. We will have a team of front-end developers. We will have a team of back-end developers. We will have a team of database developer and server developers. What we are going to learn as part of this training, once you complete this training, you can apply for front-end developer role. Again, in front-end, there are different frameworks. We have Angular, React, right? We are going to learn Angular as part of this training. Yes, we discussed what is the role of HTML when we develop a website. We understood that with the help of HTML, we can only add content to a web page. Content can be paragraph, image, table, list, audio, video, all these things. And only content will not be enough. We need to add some look and feel. We need to improve the styling. To improve the styling of our web page, we will be using CSS. With the help of CSS, we can improve the styling of our web page. And we use Bootstrap. When we use Bootstrap, we can use a lot of predefined CSS provided by Bootstrap, and we can easily achieve responsiveness. Why JavaScript? Yes, JavaScript is main thing. Without JavaScript, we cannot add behavior to our web application. To add behavior to our web application, we need JavaScript. Yes, JavaScript is also used for other purpose like DOM manipulation, server interaction, and many more. But in a single word, if I have to explain someone what is the use of JavaScript in a website development, we use JavaScript for maintaining the behavior of a website. If I click the button, what should happen? If I do this, what should happen? If I do that, what should happen? Can we develop a website with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript? Yes, we can do that. Then why we are learning Angular? Yes, Angular is JavaScript framework. It has a lot of benefits. We will get a lot of things out of the box. We don't have to do many things manually. For that, we use Angular. Angular is a JavaScript framework. We use Angular for rapid application development. We can develop an application in Angular in 2 months if it takes 4 months in JavaScript. Angular has CLI. Using CLI, we can create a Angular project quickly. We can create component, we can create service, we can create modules. We will just run a command and Angular CLI will generate those things. Angular has a template system which helps us to write if-else condition in the HTML file itself. It helps us to write for loop in the HTML file itself. So these all benefits we have with Angular. Because of that, we go with Angular. Nowadays, none of the application will be developed in JavaScript. People will definitely use one framework, and that framework can be Angular or React or Vue. Angular is the most used framework amongst them. Yes. To attend this training, what all tools and softwares we need? To attend this training, what all tools and softwares we need? We need a browser. We need a browser. That browser can be either Internet Explorer or Firefox and Chrome. I hope everyone has browser. It will be there for everyone, so nothing to worry. Point 1 is clear. Point 2, we need one editor where we will be writing our program. The editor can be Visual Studio Code. The editor can be Sublime Text. The editor can be Atom or something else also. If you are comfortable with something else, you can use that. But throughout this training, I will be using VS Code, and I will recommend others also to download and use VS Code. So as part of this training, we will be using VS Code, Visual Studio Code as editor. What is Visual Studio Code? The way we have Notepad, the way we have Notepad++, the same way we have one more editor. That editor name is Visual Studio Code. We will download that Visual Studio Code, will install in our machine. Visual Studio is different and Visual Studio Code is different. Someone is asking a question. I have Visual Studio for .NET development. Can I use that? No. That is different and this is different. We need to have Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is a different editor for front-end development. We can use some other editor also, but I will recommend VS Code. How can we download and install VS Code? Let me quickly show you how can we download and install VS Code. Just go to Google and say download VS Code. Download Visual Studio Code from this website. You download for Windows or whatever your operating system is. If it is Windows, download here. If it is Ubuntu, download here. If it is Mac, download here. Based on your operating system, you will have to download Visual Studio Code and install it the way you install other softwares. Once you download and install Visual Studio Code, you will see something like this. This is Visual Studio Code. It is already installed in my machine, so I don't have to download and install. For you people, if you don't have this, please download and install. Next. Point 1 and point 2 we discussed. Point 3, we will be using online editors. As part of this training, we will understand JSBin online editor, CodePen, JS Fiddle. You might ask me a question. You might have a question. Okay, why do we need these tools? Because when you attend interview, the interviewer might ask you open JSBin or open JS Fiddle or open any online editor and write the program there. If you have some knowledge, it will be better. So we will use all these online editors. Again, this is not mandatory, but having knowledge on online editor is always an advantage. We'll discuss, nothing to worry. We will discuss JSON server, Postman, JSON viewer. All these tools will be explained as part of this training. No need to worry. Fifth point, you have to download Git software. Git is a software you have to download and install in your machine. And you have to create GitHub profile. You might ask me a question. You might have a question, what is this Git and what is this GitHub? What is Git and what is GitHub? Why should we download Git? This Git is a software you have to download and install in your machine. Git is a software you have to download and install in your machine. And GitHub is a website where you have to create profile. Why you have to create a profile in GitHub? Let me quickly show you. What is GitHub and what we do there? Okay. As a layman, we can understand that GitHub is a place where I will push all my code, all the nodes, everything will be posted to GitHub. You can consider it as a Google Drive, or you can consider it as a place where I will keep all the nodes, all the programs and all. You can download from there. This is how GitHub will look like. github.com. Go to github.com and sign up yourself. Once you sign up, a profile will be created on your name. Then what you will do, you can search my name, go to GitHub and you can search with my name. If you search with my name, you will see what all repositories are there or what all folders are there. Yes, this is my GitHub username, Sanjay Samantra1. I will let you know from where you will download your code and all, notes and code. I will explain you. Okay. So here under repositories, I will create a separate folder for you people or for your page. You can download the things from that folder. I'll create a new repository for you. Okay, I'll create a repository. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll create a repository and the repository name I'll give it as Angular. This is July, right? I can say Angular July 2022. Angular July 2022. This is the folder name. In this folder, I will push all the nodes and all. You can download those things from this link. If you go to this link, whatever things I'll keep here, you will be able to download. Okay. Yeah. So let me do one thing then. Give me a second. I'll create a local repository here, Angular, and I'll create a new folder, Angular July 2022 in this folder. Give me a second. We'll have a separate session on Git. I'll just show you how to access my profile and how can you download notes and all. Git init. Fine. Yes, this demo PPT I have uploaded in that folder, and I will keep uploading many files. If I go and refresh this link, you will see that there is one PPT got uploaded here. I will share this link with you. I'll share this link in Zoom chat. We'll have a separate session on GitHub, don't worry. Yeah. So this is the GitHub link where you will be able to see all the notes, programs, and all that will be discussed as part of this training going forward. I will keep pushing many files. So please keep this link handy with you, bookmark it. You will be able to see everything here. Yes. This is the link where you will find all your notes and all. Fine. So these all tools and softwares we need to have. Nothing to worry. Main thing is Visual Studio Code. Main thing is Visual Studio Code and create a profile in GitHub. These are the two things you have to do it. Fine. Then, yeah, that's all. Let me do one thing. Let me start. So I'll open this slide and will understand this. Yes. So here we understood what is the role of HTML, what is the role of CSS, what is the role of Bootstrap, JavaScript, and Angular. Let me talk about that. Okay. I'll go here. I'll create a folder. I'll call that folder as July Angular 2022. I'll do one thing. I will open this folder in Visual Studio Code. To open this folder in Visual Studio Code, we will open command prompt here and I'll type code dot. When we type code dot, Visual Studio Code will be opened in this folder. You will see that Visual Studio Code got opened in this folder. July underscore Angular 2022 is our project folder. Under this, let me create a folder. I will say day 1. Today is our day 1. Yesterday was just a demo day. So this is day 1. Under day 1, I will create a file demo underscore 1.html. Let me create one HTML file. So this is how you can create one simple HTML file. This is our project folder, July Angular 22. Under that we have day 1. Inside day 1, I created one simple HTML file. This is one plain HTML file. In this plain HTML file, if you want to create a basic HTML, you want boilerplate HTML code, just type exclamation mark and enter. If you type exclamation mark and enter, I created one simple HTML file. Make sure the file extension name is .html. Here, if you type exclamation and enter, you will get HTML file template. Okay, we will have basic HTML file template. This is why we go with Visual Studio Code. When we use Visual Studio Code, we can save a lot of time here. right? And there is no chance to commit mistake. This code is automatically generated. We could save some time. At the same time, there is no chance to commit mistake. If you type all these things manually, there is a chance that you will commit mistake. You will use uppercase, lowercase, that will cause problem again. Inside body, we can write anything. Maybe I'll write H1. This is my first HTML program. Created one simple HTML file. In that, just added one heading. Okay. Now, to run this file in browser, to open this file in browser, we need one extension. That extension name is Open in Browser. How can we install that extension? This is file or folder explorer. This is search. This is source control. This is debugger. This is our extension. Click here. You will be able to install any extension here. The extension name is Open in Browser. The extension name is Open in Browser. Once you install this Open in Browser, this is the extension. Click here. You will see install button. For me, it is already installed. That is why I don't see install button. I see uninstall button. But for you, it will be install button. Once you install these, what will be the benefit? The benefit is you can press Alt B here, Alt B. This program will be opened in browser directly. The shortcut key to open that HTML file in browser is Alt B. B for browser, B for Bangalore. This is one extension you can install. There is another extension also. The other extension name is Live Server. Live Server. Live Server is one more extension. You can install that. It is already installed for me. That is why I see on install button. For you, it will be install. Please install this. Once you install this extension, you will see one option here, go live. You can click here and your program will be opened in a port. You don't have to bother, you don't have to worry why it is opening in 5500 port. You will just see that your HTML program is opened in a browser. Hope this part is clear. What we have to do, we have to download one extension. That extension name is Open in Browser or Live Server. So that I will share with you. What all tools and extensions you have to download and install. And if you have any problem installing them, I will ask you to share your screen and I will help you also tomorrow. So what did we do? We downloaded Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, we created one simple HTML file. Then we installed one extension, Open in Browser. Now we are able to run our HTML file in browser just by pressing Alt B. Okay. We'll get back to that slide again. With HTML, what we can do, we can just add some content. Can be paragraph, image, table, list, audio, form, video, all this content we can add. Let's say I will add a paragraph. To add a paragraph in Visual Studio Code, you can just type P and enter. it will give you a paragraph tag. If you want to create 10 paragraphs, you can say paragraph multiply 10 and some text. This is paragraph. This is paragraph dollar. It will give you 10 paragraphs. This is paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can quickly create 10 paragraphs. This is the beauty of Visual Studio Code. That is why I am asking you to download and install Visual Studio Code. We can quickly create 10 paragraphs. And what is the shortcut? The shortcut is paragraph multiply 10, then body of the paragraph. This is paragraph dollar. If you type and wait for 10 seconds, you will go and get a glass of water. Then you will press enter. Your shortcut will not work. If your shortcut is not working, just delete the last character, type it again and press enter. Don't wait for 30 seconds and press enter. You have to press enter immediately. If it is not working, just delete the last character, type it again and press enter. This is how we can create. Number of paragraphs. And because of that dollar, we are able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What if I want to create a table with 50 rows and 5 columns? We can do that within a second or within some seconds. We can do it. I want a table. Inside table, I want table body. Inside table body, I want TR. How many TR? I want 50 TR. Inside TR, I want TD. How many TD I want? I want 4 TD, 4 column. And what is the data I want? Data dollar. So I got a table with 50 rows and 4 columns. You can see it's a table with 50 rows and 4 columns. Yes, it doesn't look like a table. See, what is the shortcut? Table. Inside table, I want T body. Inside T body, I want 50 rows. Inside every row, I want 4 columns. This is the text I want to have. I will share all these shortcuts with you. No need to worry. Please try to understand how I am using. Yes, this will give you a table with 50 rows and 4 columns. We can add few styling here. Yeah. So this is how we can use HTML. So what is the use of HTML? As we were discussing here, using HTML, we can just add content. It can be paragraph, image, table, list, audio, form, video, all these things we can add. If I want to add the topics we are going to learn as part of this training, we can say, I want one OL. Inside OL, I want LI. LI, how many items? I want 10 items. And the content I want is course dollar. So it will create a ordered list with 10 items. Course 1, course 2, course 3, course 4. Yes, we can go and change it. We can go and change it to HTML. We can go and change it to CSS like this. We can go and change. Let me keep it like this. Yeah. This is how we can create content. only the contents can be created. With the help of HTML, we can only add some content. Now, what is the use of CSS? With the help of CSS, we can add more styling to our web page. This is also a web page. This is also a web page. It has nothing. There is no color, there is no background, the page doesn't look good. What if we want to add some CSS to this? Even the table doesn't look like a table, right? Okay. How can we add CSS? If we want to add CSS, then we'll go and we'll add style for H1. I want some background color, I want, and text color I want white. Now if I go and refresh, this is how my H1 looks like. So with the help of CSS, what we can do, we can improve the look and feel of our web page. We can add some CSS so that our web page will look better. With the help of CSS, we can add some CSS to our web page, right? Maybe I can give you one more example. Also. What is the use of CSS? Okay. Let's say this is our Flipkart's product details page. This is our Flipkart's product details page. I want to have one image. And 2 buttons. The requirement is to show one image and 2 buttons. Yes, to show one image and 2 buttons, we need HTML. Let me create one more file. demo_2.html. Here we'll create one HTML file. To display one image, only HTML is enough. So what we will do here? We will use image tag. And here under src, I will give this image source. Copy image address, and I will use here. That's all. Okay. This is enough to show one image. Now, if I run this program, if I run this file, I should be able to see one image. Yes, not exactly the way it looks like in Flipkart page. It is not exactly same, but yes, we are able to show one image. Now, we want 2 buttons below them. To create 2 buttons, again, we need HTML. Simple HTML is enough. Button, we want 2 buttons. One is buy now, and the other one is add to cart. So this is how Flipkart page looks like, but this is how my page looks like. The image is too big. This is how the buttons are looking like. There is no similarity at all. No way they are similar, right? Yeah. If we try to get the similarity, we can use some CSS here. How we will use CSS? Maybe for the image, we need to apply some width and height. Let me say width 400, height some 400. Then for button we'll say padding 10 pixel, 60 pixel. Let's see. Yes. Then what other thing? We need a break here. We can say color white. We can say text align center. We can say font weight bolder. Then the background colors need to be changed. The first one is having some background color, second one is having some other background color. So we can copy the background color from here. This is the background color for first button. So let me use some ID button 1, and for button 1 we will use background color this one, and for second button 2 ID button 2 we will use some other background color. What is that background color? This is the background color for second button. Second button has some other background color. Yes, we can say border non. This is somehow similar, right? I'm not saying it is 100%, but somehow similar, right? See, we have image. Just below image we have two buttons with different background color. To achieve that, we had to take help of CSS. Without CSS, we cannot achieve this. So I hope you people are able to understand what is the use of HTML, what is the use of CSS. So don't try parallelly all these things. Don't try anything parallelly. Just try to follow me, try to understand what I am doing. Once our actual class will start, I will let you know and you can practice parallelly. But now, please try to understand what I am saying. This is the use of HTML and CSS. Then why Bootstrap? Yes. For two button, you can see how many lines of CSS code you had to write. Starting from here to here, CSS we had to write to add extra thing to those two buttons. What is the use of Bootstrap? Yes, Bootstrap is a predefined CSS library. If you use Bootstrap library, lot of things you will get out of the box. What do you mean by lot of things we will get out of the box? Let me explain you. Bootstrap. Go to Bootstrap. This is Bootstrap's official website. The latest Bootstrap version is 5.2. Go to docs and get started. You can copy Bootstrap library from here. We can copy Bootstrap library from here. Okay, this is the Bootstrap library. We can copy. This is the Bootstrap library. We can copy. Okay. 1 second. Let me copy it from here. Copy it and let us paste in our HTML file. To use Bootstrap, you just have to add this line. You can get it from getbootstrap.com and you can paste it here. Once you paste this, Bootstrap is available to your project. Now we can start using Bootstrap class names. Bootstrap class names means if I want to create a button with background color green, I will just use a class name button success. Button class name equal to btn and btn success. We have nowhere written any CSS for btn success, but we will see that our button has background color. Our button has background color green and text color white. The edges are rounded. So something is added. From where this CSS is coming from? This CSS is coming from this library. So Bootstrap people, they have already written lot of class names. We can just use them. If we want to create a button with background color red, danger. We can create button with many class names: button success, danger, warning, info, primary, secondary, default, and yes, we can have different buttons with different background color. If you want a button with background color green, you don't have to write your own CSS. No, you don't have to write your own CSS. We can just use the Bootstrap class name. And the Bootstrap class name is button success, button danger, button warning, button info, button primary, button secondary. These all are class names you need to remember. If you know these class names, you can quickly create this kind of buttons. Hope you understand what is the use of Bootstrap, right? Hope you understand what is the use of Bootstrap. Let me try to apply Bootstrap in our first program also. To apply Bootstrap in our first program, I will just include this link here. Now Bootstrap is available to my program. See, if I run, this is how my table looks like. This is how my table looks like. I will just add a class name here. I will just add a class name, class equal to table. Just added one class name. See what happens. What happened? Something happened, right? Some space got added, border got added. All these things are happening. All these CSS are coming from which class? This class. If I delete this class, no, nothing. If I add this class, something is happening. So who has written this class? So there is already a class called table available in Bootstrap. There are a lot of CSS written for this. If you start using this class name, those CSS will be available to your table. Like this, there are a lot of tables. There are a lot of class table bordered. If you use bordered, you will see border. Table striped, you will see every alternate row has different color: gray, white, gray, white, gray, white. Table primary, you will get some background color. So these all class names we have in Bootstrap. The CSS is already written. We just have to remember these class names and use in our HTML file. That's all. That is why Bootstrap is so popular. Hope you understood what is the use of Bootstrap, right? Next. Why JavaScript? Why JavaScript? It will add behavior. Okay. Now we have good looking buttons and all. We have a lot of buttons. There are a lot of buttons here. You can see if I go to demo 2 and I open, there are a lot of buttons. They look very good. But when I go and click, nothing is happening. If nothing is happening, what is the use of these two buttons? Buy now, add to cart. When I click here, something should happen, right? Now it is not happening. Why nothing is happening? Because there is no action added for this button. There is no JavaScript written for this button. It only looks good. Look wise, it looks good, but there is no action added for this button. How can we add functionality to this button with the help of JavaScript? And how do we write JavaScript? Yes, let us add one JavaScript. Here we'll have a function add to cart. It's a function. I will just show a message. Your product is added to cart. And on click of this button, we will call this add to cart function. So what will happen now? When we go and click on this button add to cart, we will get one message. Yes, your product is added to cart. And this is possible because of what? This is possible because of JavaScript. Hope you understand what is the use of HTML when we develop a website. What is the use of CSS when we develop a website? What is the use of JavaScript when we develop a website? You open any website, you go to Flipkart, this login button, the background color is white, the text color is blue. How it is possible? Because we have written some CSS for this. When we click on this button, something comes up. How this is opening? Because we have written some JavaScript code for this. We see this login button with background color orange, text color white. How it is possible? Because of some CSS. When we click on this login button without filling anything or by entering some wrong details, when we click this button, we see your username or password is incorrect. Who does this? JavaScript does this. Right? Hope you people are able to relate what is the use of HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript when we develop a web page or when we develop website. With this, I will conclude my session for today and I will discuss few commonly asked questions. Let me discuss this slide. Most of the time people ask the same question repeatedly. Let me show you this slide. People are asking to attend this training. What is the prerequisite? The prerequisite is HTML and CSS. You should have basic knowledge on HTML and CSS. Then only you will be able to attend the training. So we are not going to discuss HTML and CSS topic by topic. The next question, what is the laptop configuration we should have? Anything is fine. What is the mode of training? Online. There is no offline class. What is the fee for this course? Please connect Naresh admin or management people. Where we will find notes? You will find the notes in Google Drive and GitHub. how we will get recording? These recordings will be uploaded in Google Classroom and you will be getting Google Classroom link. What is the admin's number? This is admin's number. You can call, you can send a message in WhatsApp. Then regarding this mute, yes, once actual class starts, you will be able to interact once actual class starts. So if we will not mute you, many people will ask question at the same time. That is why we mute you. And once actual class will start, you will be free to ask a question anytime. You can stop me anywhere. You can ask questions if you are not able to follow me. Now I will do one thing. I will unmute all of you. If you have still any questions, you can ask me. Let me unmute all of you one by one. You please ask your questions.
Hello, very good evening, sir.
Yes, very good evening.
Sir, actually, the syllabus which is provided by NareshIT course content, that is different, and here which you showed, that is different. There actually JavaScript is not included, sir. Like actually they have given the course link only Angular.
Yeah, I understand. They have given only Angular, but we are going to discuss few things from JavaScript also. Please stick to my course content.
Okay, the JavaScript, everything will be including.
Okay.
Right? All the topics, right?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
JavaScript will be including all the topics.
Almost every topic, the most important topics that is required for Angular and advanced JavaScript things.
Okay, fine. Sure. Thank you.
Please go next.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, you are used buttons, no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can use div tag in buttons.
We can use, but we are not supposed to use. For button, we should use button. For div, we should use div. We should not use div to create buttons.
Okay, sir. Sir, where we can use div button?
Where?
We can use div buttons like some functionality is there, no, for div function.
Div we use to show some text, to create some division.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sir,
Who's going next?
sir, we are using table, no?
Yes.
Yeah, we can table. You have written table. After that T body, no, we can return a TR also, no.
We can write, but this is recommended.
Okay.
See, there is no error in HTML. I'll create a file demo_3.html. Here I will simply write div. I'll simply write div.
Yeah.
Hello. Is it a valid HTML file?
No.
No, but if you run, it will work.
Okay.
See, it is working or not working?
Working, sir.
It doesn't mean it is the valid syntax. See,
Valid.
no, it's not valid. Automatically, HTML head, body, and all are getting added, right?
Okay.
Also, if you use something here like let's
Class.
say, one second.
Okay.
For body, if I write here body BG color red, body BG color red.
Okay.
So I will see background color red. But if I use Bangalore here, I will
Yeah.
see something. If
Yeah.
I write here Chennai, there is no error. It doesn't mean that this is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Sir,
Can full
sir,
stack
in
Java
Angular,
developer
actually, we are
attend
using,
this class? No,
So,
this
sir?
is a separate
Sir?
course.
sir, in Angular, generally we are using the TypeScript, sir. Sir, why we are writing JavaScript also, sir?
Okay. There is a question. In Angular, we are going to discuss. In Angular, we are going to use TypeScript. Then why are we using JavaScript, or why are we learning JavaScript? Let me show you. Both JavaScript and TypeScript, both of them are programming languages, and there is not much difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. If this is your JavaScript, this is your TypeScript. TypeScript is just the superset of JavaScript. In JavaScript, what all things we have, all those things are supported in TypeScript. Along with those things, in TypeScript, we have few extra things like strict type checking, interface, generic. These are the few extra topics we have in TypeScript. Other than that, JavaScript and TypeScript, both of them are similar kind of programming languages. If
Yeah,
you
that is my,
learn string
yeah.
topic in JavaScript, you don't have to learn again in TypeScript.
No, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. I understood, sir. Sir, actually, in TypeScript, we have more functionalities than the JavaScript, sir. Sir, but why? Here, my question is, sir, in TypeScript, why we are using the JavaScript? Because the TypeScript we have everything now, sir.
Now, in TypeScript, we are not using JavaScript first. What happens now? When you write TypeScript code, your TypeScript code cannot be directly understood by a browser. No,
Yes, that is
that is
converted
not
into the
possible.
JavaScript.
That will be converted to JavaScript at the end.
Yes, sir. Here, my question is: in Angular applications, is there any requirements? We should write the code in JavaScript or TypeScript,
No,
sir?
we will never write our code in JavaScript. We will always write our code in TypeScript. But TypeScript is nothing but JavaScript only. Let me quickly show you. If I open one Angular application, this is Angular application. This is one Angular application. This is one Angular application. If I show you the code, you will get to know better. Whatever is written here, what do you think? This is JavaScript code or this is TypeScript code?
Yeah, TypeScript, sir.
TypeScript code. But what is the difference? There is not much difference, right? It looks like JavaScript only with some strict type checking.
Yeah, but here we are learning the JavaScript also because of the knowledge gaining, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir? Sir?
Yes, please.
So in JavaScript, CRUD operations also included.
Yes.
CRUD operations and something.
Yes,
That's
it
it
is
only, sir.
included.
Like a live project only, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you have shown this project, no? Add
Okay.
functionality, input fields. Yeah.
Sir, can we debug JavaScript in
Yes.
like, will you be
Yes.
showing those things also, like how to debug JavaScript?
Yes, for sure. That will be included. We will understand how to debug JavaScript. We will understand how to debug Angular code. There will be a little different. We'll understand.
Sir, when the actual class will start?
From tomorrow, I will get into the content.
Okay.
But I think from Monday, the link will be changed. You have to register before that to attend regular classes. Yeah, from tomorrow, I will start the content.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Can you
Sir,
take
are we
React
going
also?
No React.
Sir, are we going to consider the services from where we give call to the PPS?
Yes, for sure. That services will be covered for sure, because Angular cannot talk to database. In that case, we have to consume REST APIs. We will understand services in detail.
Async and await, sir.
Async and await will be discussed as part of JavaScript or TypeScript. Yes, for sure, it will be discussed. Any other questions? There is a question in the chat box. Java full stack people can attend this course? No, this is a separate course. Java full stack people cannot attend this.
Sir, I am working with ASP.NET Core with Web API, sir. Sir, shall I learn this course, sir?
This will be the best combination for you. So whenever you develop one web application, you can use your backend knowledge, .NET knowledge as backend, and you can use this Angular knowledge to develop the front end part of that web application. So there are a lot of web applications where front end is Angular and backend is .NET. So this will be the right course for you.
Okay, sir, sorry, sir. Again, I am asking that question, sir. Actually, I have a little bit confusion, sir. Sir, actually, there is a sir. Is it mandatory to learn that JavaScript because doing the project with the Angular, sir? Is it mandatory the
Okay.
JavaScript?
Yes,
or
yes.
TypeScript,
Let
sir?
me clarify your question. JavaScript and TypeScript are not completely different. They are similar. Let me give you one
I
example.
understood, sir. Actually, here I am asking that the TypeScript is enough for doing the project with the Angular.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Sir, but why, sir, we are learning is for knowledge gaining purpose, sir, that JavaScript?
Correct, for knowledge gaining.
Okay. Okay, sir.
1 second. I am trying to show you something.
Can we do in combination of both, sir, JavaScript and TypeScript? So can we use in Angular application, sir?
In Angular application, you will never find JavaScript files. Every file is TypeScript. See, every file is TypeScript.
But
so inside TypeScript file, whatever you write, it is TypeScript code. See, I'll write a function F1. This is JavaScript code or TypeScript code? What code is this?
Yes, sir. I know all these things, sir. I know, but the question is actually Bootstrap. After installing the Bootstrap, and I installed that jQuery, and that another one also is there.
Okay.
So I didn't understand why I installed those things.
Okay, now what is the question?
Actually, for some navbar, some modules are there, sir.
Okay.
So for that functionalities, can we install that jQuery, and another thing is there, sir? I forget that.
We can install. If you take a look at this example or this project, here we have used Bootstrap. Maybe I can show you. I can enable this carousel.
Popper, and Popper also, sir.
Yeah, those are dependencies. We need those things.
For TypeScript, sir?
No, it is not TypeScript. If you want to use, see, I want a carousel, and I want on click of this, the carousel should move.
Yes,
the
sir.
next image should come. If I want this functionality, then I have to use bootstrap.js file. So that is a dependency for this component. If I don't use that, my carousel will not move. For that, I have to use one JavaScript file.
Okay, those are the dependencies. That is the reason we are installing, sir.
Yes, those
Yeah,
are the
now I got it.
dependencies.
Now I got the clarity.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
because I know TypeScript, sir, but in YouTube, so most of the times they are saying that JavaScript in Angular. So that is the reason I got some confusion.
Sir,
Thank
in case of TypeScript, like how to modify like DOM elements in which is in HTML, that one also like will you be letting us know?
Yes.
Okay, like in TypeScript, like how to modify the DOM element from the TypeScript file.
Yes.
Oh, thank.
Sir, what is now installing Bootstrap? Currently, what we did is just pasted one link that was from Bootstrap website, right?
Correct. So there are different ways we can use Bootstrap in our project. One is by copy pasting that CDN link. The second option is we can install Bootstrap in our Angular project also by running a command. By running npm command, we can install. We will learn both the ways. No need to worry.
Okay.
Sir, as now, sir, which Bootstrap version you prefer, sir? Actually, the 5 also is there. Actually, can we use it, sir?
Bootstrap 5 is the latest one. We will use 5.
Okay.
Yes. So if there are no more questions, we can close the session here. Thank you all for joining.
So
See
one
you
last
tomorrow.
question.
Yes, please.
So I'm getting started with this front-end development. It's a new role that I have just enrolled myself in the organization. So I have basic knowledge of HTML and CSS. This is the right course, right? This is not.
This is the right course for you. If you have basic knowledge on HTML and CSS, how to create a div, paragraph, how to add background color and color. If you have that much knowledge, you can continue this course.
Thank you so much, sir.
And remaining things will be taken care as part of this training. No need to worry.
Correct. The discussions with Anand, I think that was way too ahead. So I thought maybe I'm enrolling in the wrong course. Okay.
No. This is the best course. There is a question from Murali. Can we expect this course in experienced level? This course is both for fresher and experienced candidates. So don't you think for experienced candidates, these all things are not required? So there are many people, they say, Ki, we are experienced candidate. Why don't you start Angular directly? Maybe today you are saying that you just attend my next 10 sessions. After my 10 session, you will realize that, okay, we had all these things in JavaScript. I didn't know even.
Okay.
Oh, these are all things we have in JavaScript. Oh, I didn't know. Even if I am experienced candidate, I never used these all things.
Fine,
Good
sir.
to learn all these things. So those all things you are going to learn as part of this training. So please don't feel that this training is planned for freshers only. No, it is planned for experienced candidates also.
Okay, thank you.
We are going to learn the complete architecture of JavaScript engine. What is event loop? What is other things? Yes, it is for experienced people.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
Sir, in this content, we covered form validation and stored in database.
Yes, we will understand form validation.
And stored in database, sir, MongoDB or MySQL database.
We will not have database in our machine installed. We will consume REST APIs. Those REST APIs will take our data and will store somewhere. We don't know where those data will be stored.
Sir, tomorrow demo lecture will be there or not?
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow demo lecture will be there or not?
Your voice is breaking. Can you come again, please?
Sir, I am asking that tomorrow demo lecture will be there or not?
Tomorrow demo lecture will be there.
Okay, sir.
Demo lecture means I will start with the content, but the link will remain same. From Monday, the link will be changed, and those who have registered, only they will be able to join.
Okay, sir. Means from
Okay.
Monday, new demo lectures will start. Like for
From
the
Monday, only the people, those who have registered, they will be able to continue, and the meeting link will be changed. Okay.
Sir, when we are joining the Angular developer, we don't need database.
You don't need
Database name.
Your voice is echoing. I'm
Your
not able
voice
to
is
understand.
echoing. I'm not able to understand.
We joined Angular developer.